Holy crap, guys. Today, the final trailer for the Joker dropped. I've watched it multiple times already. This is not going to be a reaction video. This is going to be just like my Rise of Skywalker video, where I basically analyze the trailer, going over all of the shots and giving my theories and, thoughts on the overall trailer. So far, though, this movie looks incredible. When it was first announced, I was kind of against the idea of the movie because my first thoughts were, oh, we're going to be getting a Jared Leto Joker movie, because this was before they had announced it was going to be R, or that it was going to be starring Joaquin Phoenix, and it wasn't attached to the DCU. And as soon as I found out that it was actually separate from the main franchise, I actually really liked that idea. I don't think everything, comic book related has to be in a connected universe these days. I think you can still have solo films that are kind of on their own, that aren't a part of this bigger picture, and that's exactly what I want from Joker. I want this to be its own story. I don't want, a sequel or anything like that, because this movie to me looks like it's just trying to tell a story. And it for a comic book movie, it doesn't feel like a comic book movie, and that's what I love about it. It reminds me so much of the Dark Knight trilogy, where I feel like this could be such a serious movie that, doesn't, because of how serious it is, it doesn't feel like a comic book film. It doesn't have a bunch of comic book aspects with superheroes and superpowers and that kind of stuff. That's the vibes I'm getting from this movie, and I absolutely love that. It looks like a psychological crime drama, and that's what I want from a Joker movie. On top of that, it's confirmed that it is rated R. This was announced about a week ago, and I already knew it was going to be R, but I didn't know the exact reasons. And as you can see, down here, it says strong bloody violence, disturbing behavior, language, and brief sexual images. I mean, all of that alone gets me even more excited, because if this was a PG-13 Joker film, like Venom was PG-13 when it should have been R, I would have been very worried. But the fact that they're going for a full-on R, this movie just straight up feels like a Scorsese film. It reminds me so much of films like Taxi Driver, and like I said, I'm just so excited for this movie. It looks like it's going to be a masterpiece. I'm really, really praying that this one doesn't disappoint. So yeah, like I said, let's just go over this trailer, and I'll basically talk about it and analyze it. So without further ado, here we go. I'm just going to shrink my thing a little bit. Alright, and here we go. The cinematography is amazing, by the way. That's one thing I've just noticed from these two trailers alone, is the cinematography is so damn good. It's some of the best cinematography I've seen in a comic book movie, and it's just from the trailers. And I know that's a big thing to say, but it's true. The shots just are so well framed, and the color grading, there's something about it that I love. It just has this very unique look. Yeah, it looks amazing. So yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to drop.
Please stop bothering my kid.
Sorry. the face he makes there, where he kind of leans over and he's like that, reminds me so much of in Men in Black, the cockroach guy. He always makes these faces where he'll be like, oh, oh, and then he'll do some weird head thing. Just that one shot reminds me so much of that. It's kind of funny. But yeah, so amazing, the shots. And I love the way, I think he, personally for me, he has, the best on-screen Joker laugh. It sounds so great, but I love how, when he laughs there, he just immediately stops afterwards, and it's not like he's still, kind of in that goofy mood. He's just immediately serious. That just shows how, insane he is, and I love that.
This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
And this trailer is the music is awesome. I mean, the music in the first trailer is fantastic. The music in this trailer is fantastic. It just has this, feel, because it's a small scale movie, really. It's not this big grand comic book movie that's got $200 million budget. It's got a $50 million budget or something like that. But the cinematography is better than really the majority of comic book movies that come out nowadays, if not better. And it just looks so well put together and everything. So it has this small scale feel, but at the same time it also feels epic, because it has this amazing music, and just everything looks so well put together. And I was a little bit worried also when I heard that Todd Phillips was the director, because if you look at his history, he's made movies like Hangover and that kind of stuff, War Dogs, which I mean, they're not bad movies really. I mean, at least the first Hangover isn't a bad movie. But it's just that doesn't seem like the right pick for me, honestly. But seeing what he's doing here, I think maybe, he's actually kind of a hidden talent. It's just the movies he's made don't give off the feeling that he actually is like this great of a director. So maybe we'll see that with this film. Like I said, I mean, I'm still worried about this movie, but at the same time, I think it looks so amazing. But yeah, like I said, I just love everything about this.
Finally, in a world where everyone thinks they can do my job, check out this guy.
When I was a little boy and told people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
At Amy Schumer.
You can say that again, pal.
Alright. So I like that moment a lot. That's definitely not going to be his main motivation for becoming Joker, but with this movie, it seems like they're trying to make Joker almost a sympathetic villain in a way, and I'm fine with that as long as by the end of it we don't sympathize for him anymore. Because I think that's kind of the route they're going down. I think we're going to see that this guy is just genuinely insane, and he does weird things, and then over the course of the movie, you know, once he just becomes more and more insane, by the end of it, he's doing such horrific things that we just, as the audience, kind of despise him. I think that would be the perfect way to set up his character, because I don't want in the end to be like, oh, you know, I feel bad for the Joker. Like, I understand why he's doing all of this, you know. I can kind of stand behind his thing. Like, I don't want that kind of movie. I want, like, you know, us to, because he's a villain at the end of the day. He is, like, a psychopath, a sociopath. Like, you know, he's just this insane person, and I think that's the route they're going. I think they're trying to set him up, and there's something later on this trailer I'm going to talk about that I have a prediction for, which I'm like 95% sure will come true, so I'll get to that in a second. The amazing music. I think that's okay. That shot almost, to me, I'm wondering if his mother dies and that's like her funeral. It just seems like it could be her funeral, and I know he's like smiling, but I get the feeling that maybe like her death will be his snapping point. Like, already like there's like the whole society thing, and he's getting kind of messed up, and then it's like when she dies, that's when he just goes full crazy, and instead of like being super depressed and sad, he's just laughing about it, and he just goes really mad. Then I think that's kind of what they're doing, because it just looks like it's a funeral with like the, you know, the trees that have no leaves on them, the gloomy lighting. I get that kind of feeling from it.
It's so awful, isn't it?
It licks the paint. Oh, such good music, man.
For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
Think this is funny? Is this a joke to you?
Lighting is amazing.
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Yeah, such a great trailer. Like I said, it's just every aspect looks so well put together. Like, just even the lighting here. Like, I never usually comment on cinematography, and I think it's because, like, a lot of superhero movies and stuff, they don't have bad cinematography. It's just not something that comes to your mind. But when I see this trailer, that's one of the main things that's on my mind. That, just how the movie's going to be, and Joaquin Phoenix's performance. It's like all these different aspects are what's coming to my mind, which is great, because usually I never think that way. It just looks like it's so well put together. No, so here's my prediction. Now, we know that he's kind of pissed off at this guy, I'm pretty sure, because of that whole thing he said on the news. Not the news, but, you know, on his talk show. Here's my guess. In the comics, and I know this movie isn't, like, following the comics at all, really, but I feel like if they're going to pull one thing from it, it'll be this. In the comics, I don't know what comic it was. I'm pretty sure it's The Killing Joke, but I'm not for sure certain about that. He went on a talk show, and he despised the, like, talk show host or whatever, so he kills him, and then he kills the entire audience by gassing them with his laughing gas. Now, I don't think the laughing gas kind of stuff is going to be a part of this movie. I think they're ditching that because it's too out of the, you know, believable aspects. I think it's going to be, like, you know, probably him shooting up the place or something like that. Kind of like Inglourious Basterds in the theater scene. I feel like that's what's going to happen in this movie. I feel like he's going to, you know, go on that talk show, kill Robert De Niro's character, and then the entire audience is just going to get gunned down or something. Like, it'd be a very dark and disturbing moment, but that would be such a great sequence. You know, I'm hoping it's not like something where it's like it would be pulled or whatever because of the shootings that happen in the States. I think people a little bit too sensitive, honestly, when it comes to like things in movies. Like, that should be a scene, in my opinion. That would just be such a great moment. But I don't know. I mean, it just looks like it could. That just seems like it could be something that would really fit his character, and it would just show you how disturbing and messed up he is. But yeah, overall, amazing trailer. Like I said, cannot wait for this film. It looks amazing. I know that's the word I've said the most, but it's true. This film looks like it's so well put together. It looks like a masterpiece, honestly. If it disappoints, then that would easily be the biggest disappointment of this year, without a doubt. Like, you know, this would become the most disappointing film, which would just suck. As you can see, I watch a lot of kill count videos. Holy crap, it's like the only thing on my recommended bar. But yeah, can't wait for this movie, guys. I'm gonna try to see it as soon as it comes out. I know on the 5th, when the movie comes out, I'm going to an Elton John concert. The day before, there's always Thursday screenings. Hopefully I can see it then. I'm going to be seeing it with my brother, and I don't know when he arrives in town. So it might be the Saturday, but it could be the Thursday. I'm hoping it's a Thursday, but we'll see. Anyways, guys, what did you think of this trailer down below? Let me know. And yeah, can't wait.